Today's video is about being influenced by trauma or abuse. So if this sounds like something that you are working through, stay tuned. Remember, subscribe to my channel. There's a lot of really great information here. So if you're working through something, if you're trying to put something behind you, if you're trying to figure out how to put something behind you, there are so many videos and messages on my YouTube channel. So subscribe, stay informed. But let's get back to today's topic on being influenced by trauma or abuse. So when I say being influenced, it's your mind that's influenced. Because when we think about it, everything is neutral. Our thoughts, the way the world works, everything is neutral. Anything only has meaning because of the meaning that we give it. And we give something meaning based on how we are influenced by it, whether through experience or what we've been taught, what we see in the media. It could even be a book we read, a movie, something that stays in your mind and has your thoughts going over it and over it and over it. Now, this is not to make light of a very traumatic abuse situation or any traumatic experience. But what I am sharing with you here is the opportunity to look at how you are feeling about the experience that has influenced you. Now, why am I choosing my words so carefully about this? Because it's very important to understand what you believe happened. It's very important to understand the thoughts, feelings, and emotions behind what you believe happened. Whatever you experienced, is it still weighing you down in mind, body, and soul? Because when we experience any type of trauma or abusive situation, it puts us in a hyper-vigilant state. And we're hyper-vigilant because we want to make sure that we don't do whatever it was we did again, because of course we don't want that other person to have any reason to repeat whatever it was that they chose to inflict upon us. Now here's where being in that hyper-vigilant state is affecting your vibration. Remember, go back and watch any of these videos, and I'm always sharing with you that your feelings are driving the bus of your life. Everything that you feel is what you bring to fruition. So if you're feeling very low levels of self-esteem, self-confidence, self-love, self-image, self-worth, then you are going to attract on that level. So if you're feeling low, you're going to bring in low levels of self. If you're feeling hyper-vigilant because you're in that constant state of not wanting to do something wrong or make a mistake, you're going to attract experiences and people into your life to keep feeling that feeling. So let's say that you have a boss who is a tyrant, an absolute tyrant, and you're hyper-vigilant in the workplace. You're always worried and concerned, like, did I do everything correctly? Do I have everything on time? Is he or she going to be angry today? Is he or she going to be in a good mood today? If they're in a good mood, am I going to do something to make them be in a bad mood? And if they're in a bad mood, are they going to take it out on me? You know, there are so many abusive situations that take place in the workplace, in our homes, among friends, among family members. So if you're in a situation or were in a situation where you had that hyper-vigilant state, where you were constantly on guard, where you were constantly wondering and checking yourself, am I doing everything exactly right? Pay attention to how that's coming up in your life right now, especially if you've gotten out of the situation, but you find that those feelings and emotions are still hijacking your mind. In other words, you could be having a great day and all of a sudden a smell or a sound will trigger you, and bam, those feelings and emotions will hijack you, and right away you'll be in that hyper-vigilant state, or that feeling of, oh my gosh, doom and gloom, fear that can actually grip you so tightly that you feel like there's something wrong, desperately wrong. And others can be with you and they could say, hey, are you okay? What happened? Where did you go? What's the change in attitude there? And maybe you can't even describe it to yourself. And so you brush it off and you have another drink or whatever it is that you're doing, and you forget about that feeling and emotion that came up. But that feeling and emotion that's coming up for you, that is your higher self giving you the opportunity to say, hey, you know what? Have you dealt with this long enough? Are you ready to stop resisting it? Are you ready to take a look at it? Are you ready to admit that it's here? It's an underlying feeling and emotion that keeps hijacking you. And because of that, you keep attracting the same people and experiences into your life so that you keep feeling this awful feeling. And life is all about choices, right? We all have free will. That's our opportunity to say, yes, I am ready to deal with it. Or, no, go away, I don't want to think about it. And know that wherever you are, whatever your answer is, that's the perfect answer for you. Never let someone tell you you should be farther along, or you're too far along, or you don't know what you're talking about, or that you're wimping out on something, or that you are ignoring something. Never let someone else tell you where you are on your journey. And if you are finding yourself in that constant state of hypervigilance, if you're realizing that you're constantly walking around on eggshells and you don't even realize it, give yourself permission to step back and say, wow, I really am being hypervigilant. What is it that I can finally let go of because I have decided to empower myself? If you'd like some support with this, I encourage you to visit masteringyourbeliefs.com. Check around, see what calls to you. Remember, you have the ability to live your life unapologetically for whatever you want. You deserve to have what you want. You deserve to want what you want. You deserve to live your life unapologetically for wanting what you want and achieving guilt-free experiences in your life. Visit masteringyourbeliefs.com, subscribe to my channel, comment on this video, send me a message. However you want to get a hold of me, let me know how I can support you on your journey to letting go of that hypervigilant state that we often find ourselves in. Due to that hypervigilant state that we learn to stay in and be in and live in and survive in, we deserve to let that go. If you have any questions, let me know how I can support you. In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller, the one and only Life Sensei, saying ciao for now.